I'm in the red again this month. My name is Shinji Yoshinagi, and I'm 22 years old. I run a small cafe that I inherited from my late mother. I'm a shy guy and not very good at serving customers. My cafe is on the verge of going bankrupt. Thanks to the regular customers who were around when my mom owned the cafe, I'm getting by, but it's only a matter of time. I run the cafe by myself, so I don't have to worry about my coworkers' feelings. That's good for me, but today's work is done.
Can you please help me?
I can't believe how tired I am that I'm hallucinating that a woman is sitting in a garbage enclosure and speaking to me.
You're not hallucinating. I'm real. I just need you to listen to me.
What? Visual and auditory hallucinations. Oh no, I'm so out of it.
Hey! Can you let me stay with you for just one night?
What? I'm not hallucinating? Should I call the police? I don't think I can be of any help to you.
No, don't call the police. I'm not a suspicious person.
Well then, I'm sorry, but you'll have to deal with your problems by yourself. Excuse me.
What? Wait! I'm hungry and I can't move. Help me. Please.
What? I couldn't leave the woman there sitting in a garbage enclosure and hungry, so I took her back to my cafe, where I also lived.
I'm hungry. I'm hungry.
She feels so light and slender. How long has it been since she last ate? I need to give her something to eat. I was oddly thrilled to be carrying a beautiful woman for the first time in my life.
This carbonara is very tasty.
I'm glad you like it.
Ah, that was delicious. I feel a little bit more energetic now that my stomach is full.
Hey, so why were you sitting in the garbage enclosure?
I've been making a living off doing illustrations of people while I traveled, but now I've run out of money. I was walking around and found a garbage enclosure that looked like it'd shelter me from the rain, so I took a break underneath it. I was just sitting there exhausted, hoping that I'd meet someone kind, and then you appeared.
She's all raggedy and smelly. May I ask your name? I'm Shinji Yoshinagi. I run this cafe.
I'm Nagisa Yuzaki.
Nagisa, would you like to take a bath?
You don't mind if I take a bath? Then I'll take you up on your offer.
Excuse me, but do you have a change of clothes?
Oh, that's...
Don't worry, I'll lend you some of mine.
I'm sorry. Thank you. Ah, it felt so good. Thank you for letting me have a bath.
What? She's so beautiful, and she looks so good wearing my shirt.
Is there something wrong?
No, it's nothing. Calm down, you've only just met this woman.
I have a favor to ask you, Shinji.
What is it?
Will you let me stay with you?
What?
That was a bad way of putting it. I was just thinking that it'd be nice if you'd let me sleep here and work for you at the cafe, like a live-in.
A live-in?
I don't want to be paid, just if you could let me stay for a while, that would be great. Could you?
Okay, but I can't afford to hire anyone right now, so I can't even pay you as a part-time worker. I can only provide you meals, baths, and a room to sleep in, but...
That's more than enough. Thank you so much.
She was looking at me with such sad eyes that I found it impossible to say no to her. The next day, I invited her to come live with me and to help at the cafe.
I've written today's specials on the board.
Wow, that's a cool illustration. Did you draw that? It really catches your eye and makes you want to come inside and try it.
It does, doesn't it? Also, I made some flyers. Do you like them?
Wow, these are great! You're very skilled. Just what I'd expect from someone who makes a living doing illustrations.
I'm thinking of handing out the flyers in front of the train station in my free time.
That's a great idea. We should advertise more. I've never really advertised before. I don't know why.
I worked hard on this because I wanted to repay you for saving me, even if it's only little by little.
She's cute. Thank you. This was a very positive thing for the cafe. Our number of repeat customers increased and she became the shop's signature waitress. The cafe was making a profit every day. Shinji, you've been getting a lot of customers lately. Your late mother would be so happy for you. Yeah, thank you for sticking with us. Has it made a big difference having Nagisa work here? Yeah, it has. She's been very helpful. Nagisa, can I have another water, please?
Sure, just 1 second, please, Mr. Fukuzawa.
That man was called Mr. Fukuzawa, and he was a veteran detective. He had been a regular at the cafe ever since my mother was in charge. Even after my mother's death, he still cared for me a lot. He was a very kind man. That car was parked out there the other day, too.
Shinji? What's wrong?
No, it's nothing. It looks like business is finally slowing down for the day.
Thanks for today.
You've been a huge help, Nagisa. Thank you.
They're only coming because your cooking and coffee are so delicious. Ever since I started working here, my days have been so much fun.
I'd like it if you stayed at the cafe forever, darling.
You called me darling. Then I'm glad you want me to stay, Shinji.
I'm embarrassed that my true feelings came out.
Okay, I'm gonna go wash the dishes.
Whoa!
I'm sorry. I'll answer the phone. Yes, hello? Sorry to keep you waiting. Huh? How did you find me here? Okay, but please don't ever come here.
Nagisa? Nagisa, what's wrong?
Nothing. They called the wrong number. It's annoying when that happens, isn't it?
That's fine, but the next morning.
Please don't come looking for me.
What? She disappeared? Nagisa, what's going on? Why? What should I do? Should I ask Mr. Fukuzawa for advice? I contacted him and he came straight away. I'm sorry to bother you. Nagisa disappeared suddenly and I'm worried about her. I'm worried something bad might have happened to her. Something bad? Why do you think that? She'd been acting strangely ever since she picked up a call at the cafe yesterday. Also, I've been noticing a black car parked outside of the cafe lately. Mr. Fukuzawa, can you help me look for her? Okay. Where are you, Nagisa? I barely even know her. There's no point in searching the streets for her at night. I couldn't stand it any longer. I closed the cafe and searched for her around the town until midnight. Ah! That's the car I saw parked outside the cafe! Ah! Nagisa!
Shinji!
Where on earth have you been? I was so worried about you!
I'm sorry, but I can't stay with you anymore, Shinji.
Why? Why? Hey! Hurry up and get in the car! Who the heck are you? Where are you taking Nagisa? I'm her guardian. She owes me a lot of money, so I'm taking her away. Guardian? Wait a minute! Hurry up and get in!
No! Let go of me!
Hey! You're done here! Why are the cops here? I'm only taking her so she can pay back her debt. You can tell me all about it at the police station. Thanks to Mr. Fukuzawa, the man was taken to the police station. Thank God you're safe!
Oh, I'm so sorry for worrying you. I was so scared. I had to do what he said.
Please don't leave me without saying anything ever again.
Okay.
Let's go home.
Okay.
I uncharacteristically hugged Nagisa. When I calmed down, I couldn't help but feel embarrassed. Nagisa, you must be hungry. Want to eat something?
Yeah, thanks. I was being chased by a debt collector for a debt owed by my deceased parents. I was on the run, wandering around the country, but they found me in your cafe. So they called me and threatened me. They said they would give you a lot of trouble if I didn't give myself in.
So you went along with them. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure that if you renounce your inheritance, you don't have to repay the debt. Anyway, here you go. Eat this.
Okay. It's a carbonara. The same thing you made me when we first met. It tasted so good that it touched my heart.
Later, a police investigation revealed that Nagisa's debt was illegal. The debt collectors were arrested. Now that everything's settled, we can live in peace. Nagisa, you're going home, right? There's no point in you staying here, is there?
I'm still here because there are things that have not yet been resolved.
What hasn't been resolved?
I know that you know what I'm talking about. Our future together. I want to stay by your side forever and ever.
I want to be by your side forever too, Nagisa.
Show me some evidence. Words aren't enough.
The two of us ran my cafe together. It quickly grew to be very popular. Nagisa did a wonderful job balancing her work as an illustrator and her work at the cafe. Thanks to her, my personality has brightened up and I'm living my life with a clear outlook.